There are 3 different bidding strategies to choose from when setting up your Amazon PPC campaigns, and if you don't know when to use each, you are losing money on your Amazon PPC. I'm Chris Rawlings. I'm one of the top spenders of Amazon ads on the marketplace with over 2.7 million in monthly Amazon PPC ad spend. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through when to use each of the 3 different bidding strategies to accomplish different goals with your campaigns. I'm also going to walk you through a guide that shows you different campaign setups and how to set up each of those different campaign structures based on what goal you want to accomplish with the campaign, along with the bidding strategy that you should use for that particular campaign setup. Later on in the video, I'm going to give you a chance to get that guide and take it home yourself so you can use it while setting up your campaigns on your own time. So first, we're going to walk through where the bidding strategies are, how they work, and then I'm going to walk you through when to use each based on what goal you have. And each of the 3 are valuable. So if you've only been using one, and I think I could guess the one that you're probably only using and the 2 that you're likely ignoring, you're definitely missing out, and you'll see why in a second. So here in Seller Central, we're just going to click the hamburger menu, go to advertising and click campaign manager. Once we're here, we're going to go down to create campaign, and then say we're doing a sponsored product campaign. We're going to click continue here. And then once we add our product and we set our targeting, we're going to scroll down, and this is where we see bidding strategy. If you want to know what to bid, I have a whole video on what to bid. I'm going to link to it at the end of this video. Once you watch that video, you will know exactly what to bid every time without question. You will become a bidding expert from that point forward. So don't worry about that. We're going to handle that later. I'll link to it at the end of this video. Now we're going to talk about bidding strategy. So what are the different bidding strategies? We have dynamic bids up and down, dynamic bids down only, and fixed bids. Let's start with the most common one, which is not the first one here. It's actually the second one, which is dynamic bids down only. So what does this mean? Dynamic bids down only means you put in a bid, but Amazon could decrease that bid. And Amazon claims that the bid is decreased when your ad is less likely to convert to a sale. Now, this also may be bidding less. Amazon may be decreasing the bid when the competitive landscape is lower and less people are bidding high amounts. All this means is the bid that you put in here in this box for whatever target you're bidding on, that's your max bid, but Amazon will lower it as needed. This is sort of the default bidding strategy, and honestly, it is true. A majority of your campaigns are going to be down only, and whenever you're in doubt, just go with down only. The up and down and the fixed are more specific bidding strategies that you use to accomplish specific goals for specific campaign types, and I'm going to get into which ones in a second. But down only should really be your default. In our portfolio, a majority of our campaigns have down only bidding. Now let's look at some examples of bidding that would be down only and what campaigns we would use down only bidding for. So what you can see in front of me now is our PPC campaign setup cheat sheet. Now this cheat sheet lays out every different campaign configuration in sponsored products, sponsor brands, and sponsored display that is actually effective at performance, meaning profiting, brand defense, meaning keeping other people from stealing your branded terms and your branded slots on your listings, research, which means discovering new targets, new keywords, or new product targets, and ranking, which means PPC campaigns that are geared towards giving you better organic ranking. And for each of these campaign setups in each of these categories, for each ad type, we actually show you the exact setup. If you hit this little plus on the left-hand side here, it shows you what to put in each of these categories, making the setup of this campaign completely easy and totally straightforward. So you can see the starting bid, how to set that, what match type to put in there, what to put in the keyword or the target ASIN area, what the bidding strategy should be, what the naming should be, everything. So it makes it super clear. But if that's not clear enough, we also include in here a video walkthrough that allows you to see that campaign type being set up step by step. So there's absolutely no ambiguity. You could take this home and actually use it for yourself. And later on in the video, I'm going to give you the opportunity to get this resource for yourself and take it home. But for now, let's get back to an example of a campaign that should use the down only bidding strategy. So here's an example of that. It's a multi-keyword targeted campaign, exact match inside sponsored products. And this is a campaign that's geared towards performance, meaning it's geared towards generating profit. Now, generally in these campaigns, you put a group of keywords in there that all fit the same buyer intent or shopper intent, meaning if they're all searching for gift related keywords or for mom related keywords, or maybe it's powder related keywords or pain related keywords or capsule related keywords, some kind of grouping or some kind of category, you're going to put those keywords together. And that's what this campaign is all about. So let's open this up. and see this type of campaign, you want to use dynamic bids down only. That's the best bidding strategy for that type of campaign. Now, there is a caveat to this, and I'm going to get into that in a second when we talk about the next bidding strategy, which is dynamic bids up and down. Dynamic bids up and down means that the bid that you put in this little box up here, Amazon can increase it by up to 100%, meaning Amazon can double it. So it can go from 6, if I put a bid of 6, Amazon could actually up it to 12. This is a crazy high bid, but Amazon could up that to 12. But it could also lower it just like it will do in dynamic bids down only, as needed when the placement is less likely to convert to an actual sale. So the question that always arises here is, why would you ever use dynamic bids up and down? Why would you let Amazon increase your bid and spend more money when you already put in the number that you're willing to spend on the bid? And again, you could watch the bidding video. I'll link to it at the end of this video if you want to know how to set that bid. But why would you do it? Here's why. So what we found in our portfolio is when you have an issue getting impressions, when you're having a hard time having Amazon just show your ad at all, like you're upping the bid and Amazon's still not showing you, it's just not spending the daily budget that you put in for that. Sometimes changing to up and down encourages Amazon to start showing you for impressions. So in the beginning, when you don't really know what to bid for a keyword, or it's a new target for you, or it's a new product launch, and you know that it's an important keyword, you want to see where the bid should be, and you need to find out what the cost per click is. And for that to happen, you need to start getting sales and start getting impressions. Dynamic bids up and down, Amazon seems to give it more importance, let's say, which makes sense because it's giving them more leeway to set the bid. And now in 2025 and going into 2026, it's more important than ever to give Amazon the leeway. They want more leeway, and Amazon performs better with more leeway. Whereas in the past, last year and the year before, it was all about setting the exact search term targets, the exact product targets. Now it's more about giving Amazon more leeway so that it can use its algorithm to optimize everything about your ads. And this is one of the ways to do that. So when you're not getting impressions, dynamic bid up and down encourages Amazon to show you more. Then once you start getting impressions and you know where the cost per click is, then you can switch to down only. But sometimes you may actually want to keep it there. And by the way, basically bidding $6 down only is essentially the same thing as bidding $3 up and down, because Amazon can only go up to 100% above. So that means double what the bid that you put in your bidding target box is. So it's not a big deal. It's not like Amazon can like 10x your bid. It can only double your bid. That's the max that it can go. So what's an example campaign that we would use up and down bidding for? Well, actually, it can be for any keyword targeted campaign where you're having trouble getting impressions. So even the type of campaign that we looked at before, a multi-keyword targeted campaign with a group of keywords in the same semantic core. If we were having trouble getting impressions in this campaign, then we might change the bidding strategy from down only to up and down until we start getting impressions and clicks. Then we find what our click-through rate is optimally, and then we come up with a target click-through rate, and then that becomes our new bid, and we switch to down only. Okay, now let's talk fixed. So fixed bids is very powerful if you want to completely dominate a position. So the type of campaigns that this is good for are ranking campaigns on very important keywords. So let's go back to our campaign setup cheat sheet here and go down to ranking. You'll see this single keyword ranking campaign where you have only one keyword and its exact match type. Let's open up to see how that's created. And you'll see here, fixed bids can be very useful in this type of campaign because it forces the placement. Now, the thing about this is you have to have a stomach for paying higher ACoS for this type of campaign and using fixed bids, because it's not about the return you get on the ad. It's about the ranking improvement that it causes, which then gives you a greater return for your overall business. So you have to measure the performance of these campaigns, not based on their ACoS, but based on the ranking improvement that they give you. So you have to be tracking your ranking in something like Helium 10 or Data Dive to make sure that the campaign is actually working to improve your rank for that keyword, but not look at the performance of the ACoS as the performance metric for this type of campaign. That's why each campaign should be measured differently based on the goal that that campaign has. It's not always all about ACoS. So fixed bids are a great way to force your way into a position and force Amazon to show you for a position that you absolutely want to dominate, especially when dealing with single keyword exact match or ranking campaigns. Now, those are all the bidding types. What about the bid adjustments? Now, this is a big thing. There's 4 bid adjustments: top of search, rest of search, product pages, and business buyer placements. This is a whole topic in and of itself that I did a completely separate video on. You should check it on my channel. Now, how do you get this resource that we've been talking about, that I've been referencing this whole time, where you can see the exact thing to put in each field while you're setting up each of these types of campaigns, and all of the best, juiciest campaigns in sponsored products, sponsored brands, and sponsored display? Well, to get that, simply email hello@sophiesociety.com and just say campaign setup cheat sheet, and I will email it back to you. And leave a comment down below as well. I'd love to hear from you guys. This channel is still pretty small, which is good. You know, let's keep this gold knowledge just between us. But well, I should be telling you guys to share this, but hey, you know, whatever. Let's keep it between us. But email me for this resource guide, and check out this video on bidding to find out what to put in that actual bid field that's above the bidding strategy. That goes hand in hand with the bidding strategy. So check out that video here, and I will see you over there.